Okay. Navneeta says we'll wait. All right, let's. Nobody seems to be responding. Okay, let's wait for 2-3 minutes and see. If in 2-3 minutes people don't join in, then we'll. Okay, Rajesh. Rajesh is also saying wait for 2-3 minutes. Let's wait for 2-3 minutes and see if others join in. Otherwise, we'll just get started. All right. Today, what we have planned is the fire ceremony, and it's a small ritual, which is a letting go ritual, and some wind activities, which is just to reconnect with the happiness, the joy in us. So it'll be nice if more people come in. Meanwhile, maybe I'd like you to think about what we did yesterday. Get into that frame of mind and recollect the processes we went through. We'll be doing that in the presentation as well. So you can do that meanwhile. And let's wait for 2-3 minutes and see. All right. Okay, I think we waited enough. Let others join in as they do. Let's get started, and they can meanwhile join in and attend the class as and when they come. All right. I don't want to waste the time of people who have actually invested their energies and come in, and I want to respect your time. So let's get started. All right. I'll share the screen with you. Can you see the screen? Is there any issue with the screen? Any gray or anything of that sort? Please let me know in the chat if it's fine. If it's fine, just give me a thumbs up or let me know. Okay, Monisha says it's fine. All right, let's get started then. Nothing, it's clear. Great, great, great. No issues. Okay. All right. Okay, so we'll begin now. Yesterday we had touched upon 2 elements, but before that we had taken an oath. Now I want to begin this class by reminding you of that oath once again. And that oath is that we are responsible for our healing. Yesterday we saw how we are the cosmos itself, how we are the consciousness itself, and everything that is there in the universe is there in us itself. So we have the capacity to heal ourselves. We have the capacity to become the best version of ourselves within ourselves. All we need to do is take responsibility. No external forces will be able to change our resolve if we resolve within that I'm going to heal. So let's begin with the oath we took yesterday. Let us begin with the oath saying, my healing is my responsibility. I want you to really, really, really promise this to yourself. Okay? Because what will happen is after this class, more wounds will come because that's how life is. It may not, right now, we may temporarily feel okay, fine. And, you may get a little bit of benefit and you may feel, okay, I've recovered. All of that will happen. But unless we don't make a habit of what we learn over here, we don't inculcate that habit, we don't take the responsibility to heal, we don't take the responsibility to use these techniques in our everyday life, it will not get embedded in our subconscious. It will keep coming back in different ways and reminding us. So I want you to take this upon yourself, take this responsibility upon yourself that you're going to heal. And for whom are you healing? You're healing for yourself, you're healing for your loved ones, you're healing for your community, you're healing for everything that touches you. Your healing affects everything around you. So it is your responsibility to be healed. My healing is my responsibility. I can heal myself. I promise to show up for myself, to be fully present in this boot camp, and to embrace all that it has to offer. You will learn all of these techniques, but you need to embrace these techniques. Take up that oath. I will take what I learn here and apply it to my life so that I can continue to heal and grow even after this program has ended. So your journey doesn't stop here. Your journey begins here, the healing journey. And you can cleanse yourself. I guarantee you can cleanse yourself completely. You can deal with all your emotions if you apply what you learn over here. Just this much is enough. Because, in this vast cosmos, our issues are just by tiny, puny issues. They're not unsolvable issues. These are things which we can deal with, but we should have the resolve to deal with. If we have that resolve, we will be able to deal with it. Okay, and who are you? You are the cosmos itself. You're the consciousness itself. You have everything. You have all the power of the universe within you. The consciousness that created everything is you. So feel empowered and take up that responsibility of healing upon yourself. Okay. Yesterday, we spoke about the 5 elements. We spoke about space. We spoke about how space is the vastness, space is the silence, space is the expanse in which all the other elements come and play. When space wanted, space is the sound of the universe. And from this vibration of space came the movement of the universe. It was the wind. Wind was the playfulness of the universe, which got embodied. And when the universe wanted to experience energy, fire was created. And when the fire became too much for universe to handle, to cool down, water came. And fire and water played around together. They had good fun. And through that emerged the earth element. And that is how the 5 elements were created according to Indian traditions. But even if you don't believe that, nowadays a lot of scientific theories also seem to support this Indian theory that the 5 elements, they may call it by different names. They may not give it the names that our ancestors gave it, but using different names, they support the same theory that everything is made up of these 5 elements. What we believe is there is something beyond these 5 elements too. 5 elements is the physical realm. It is all that is physical that we can see. But there is something beyond that also. And that is consciousness. And that is the true essence of what we are. It is Maya that makes us feel that these things are separate from consciousness. It is the veil of Maya that makes us feel that. But once you really, really contemplate about it, once you think about it, once you sit down, you realize that all of this happens within the consciousness. So yesterday I had given you an example that consciousness is like the artist. And space is like a canvas on which the artist, the consciousness, draws. And the other elements, that is wind, fire, water, earth, are like the colors that play around on the canvas. That is how it is. So I don't know if you can think of it, but try to imagine this. Imagine a consciousness which was there, always there, and then it decided. It just didn't decide. It just had a thought, and in that thought, space came, because wherever there is anything occupying physical anything, space comes. Space is needed for any kind of occupation to take place. And then from there, wind came, fire came, water came, earth came, all of these elements came out. What we need to understand is that all of these are product of consciousness, and that consciousness which makes all of this is there within us. And if you sit with yourself, you can connect to that consciousness. That means you're as limitless as that consciousness. Just like the waves of the ocean may have water droplets, each water is part of that wave, but each droplet is part of that wave, but it is not separate from the ocean. Just the same way, it's still water, right? There is no ocean. You cannot say that this drop, here the ocean ends and here the drop starts. It's all part of the same. Same way, we are also part of the same consciousness, and we have that ability to tap into this consciousness whenever we feel like. We just need to sit and tap into it. Once you understand that, and once you start looking for 5 elements in different aspects of life, you will start seeing it everywhere. With that understanding, yesterday we dealt with earth element, we dealt with water element. Today we come to fire element. Let us try to understand what fire element is. What is fire? Fire is warm, right? That is one of the first things that comes to our mind, heat of fire. Now, in our lives, there are so many moments when we feel lonely. We feel as if there's no one with us. We feel the need for a warm hug. We feel alone. In such moments, just go and sit next to fire. Feel the warmth of fire. It feels like a warm hug. It becomes the love of the universe itself. It becomes a warm embrace that universe takes you in. Just sit next to fire. It makes you feel loved. It makes you feel, yes, I have all the affection that I need. It is your family. It is your parents. It is your loved ones. It is your siblings. It is your kids. It's the other half, its partner. It can be all of those things. Fire has the capacity to bring that warmth to you. So if you feel really lonely, if you feel alone, you feel desolate, just go sit near the fire and warm yourself up. That will give you a sense of peace. Okay, fire is light. And what happens? Light takes away darkness. What happens is when we are really sad or depressed, we don't feel like being in light. We switch off all the lights, we sit in darkness. We like that, we start enjoying that kind of, we get addicted to that kind of sorrow. But what if in that situation, you can just switch on a light that immediately cheers you up. Be in that light initially. When you're really depressed, that's a signal. You may not want to be in light. You'll want to be in darkness. But let out, especially natural light. If you can, natural light is ideal. But even if you have tube light or bulb, that's fine. That's better than sitting in total darkness. Total darkness has its own advantage. It has its own plus points. But to cheer you up, to bring out that spark in you, to bring out that in you, to light up your insides, you need a light, external light. So just be in that light. It'll help you. Fire is energy. So whenever you feel lethargic, again, that is what happens when we are going through emotional problems. We don't feel like doing anything. We just can't get up. We just want to lie in bed. We just want to laze around. We can't push ourselves. What is the point of doing anything? In that kind of situation, if you can just channel your fire energy, if you can just remind yourself that you have this fire in you, you'll feel that spark. And that spark will help you move forward. That spark will light you up, and you will find the energy to to go ahead, to move ahead. You know, everything, all things that move forward need that energy in universe. And you have that same energy within you. You just need to sit and tap into it. Now we come to a very serious issue of fire, and that is destruction. Fire has the capacity to destroy. Ooh, now that may sound really scary to you. Okay, fire is destructive, it is bad. No, destruction is sometimes very essential. We need to destroy all the evil, all the bad, all the horrible experiences we have been through so that we can start afresh. Fire does that function. It destroys all those things, all the horrible, horrible, horrible things that we've gone through, and it gives space for new creation to happen. It destroys, it does not allow, it just goes. Fire does not care what kind of strength thing in front of it has, you know. It has the power to burn down buildings, it will destroy, because at some point the destruction becomes necessary. And if you tap into your fire element, you can destroy all the burdens that you've been carrying on your shoulders. You can get rid of all of that. You can destroy all of that. Fire purifies. Now, just as I said, another side of destruction is purification. It cleanses away by burning. You're purifying. That's why in many, many traditions, not only Indian traditions, even in Middle Eastern traditions, even in Western traditions, fire is considered pure. So many people worship fire because it purifies. It it burns away the negative energies. It burns away impurities. People use it, you know, to kill microorganisms. People heat the needle in fire, or children's bottles. They put it in, they boil it in heat in boiling water to kill. So fire purifies. That's the nature of fire. Fire transforms. Once the purification has happened, it transforms. And there are two ways to look at transformation. One is it can burn everything to ashes so that a new transformation can take place. Another way to look at it is, say, you have a piece of iron, okay? Fire has the capacity to turn that iron into any shape you want. Fire has the capacity to make it into something new. That is the power of fire. Fire can transform. So while water, it takes the shape of the vessel that it's poured into. Fire, what it does is it can create the vessel itself. So you can be water, you can take the shape what the situation demands, or you can tap into fire and you can create a reality you want. You can transform your reality around you if you tap into the energy of fire. Fire is passion. It gives you that spark to live. It ignites, you know. It is also a symbol of love. Now, how can something so destructive be symbol of love? Because of the warmth it gives, because of the intensity it has. You know, when you love something, you are like totally consumed by it. And fire consumes whatever is in front of you. The consuming energy of fire is passion that is within us. That is the passion that burns in our belly. That is what spirals revolutions in the world. That is what makes poets write about their loved ones. That all of that passion, all the multiple types of passion we come across, it is all fire. Fire is courage. Fire does not care who is standing in front of it. It has one function, to go and burn. It goes and burns. That's why you connect fire. You know, in astrology, fire is connected with lion. It is connected with Aries. It is connected with Sagittarius. It is connected with all these strong things that burn whatever is in front. You know, because these are elements that don't think, they just act. They are brave and courageous. They charge on. That is the action fire has. It is courageous. Fire is creativity. Now, I will not say that fire is the only element that is creative. Each element has, all of the 5 elements have this underlying creativity, because creation is the nature of the universe. That is what consciousness does. Creation is what consciousness does. But fire also represents creativity. It represents creativity as a spark of new idea. So when you feel that, supposing you need you're working and you don't have any fresh ideas, your boss is asking you to present something. Oh God, I can't think of any fresh new way to present this. I have done this thing so many times. How do I do it? That creativity That spark comes by channeling into your fire energy. Say if you feel depressed, you feel anxious, and you're not able to come up with new ideas. You're not able to. You want to start a new business, say, but anxiety is stopping you from starting that business. Or say you have to stand up to your in-laws, say, okay, and anxiety is stopping you from standing up to your in-laws. All the creative ideas, the new ideas, the fresh ideas to how to tackle that situations can come by tapping into your fire energy. So that's one of the ways to tap into, that is one of the ways to get creative with fire. Now we have a general idea of what fire does. I'd like to do a small ritual with you, a burning ritual. Now this is a symbolic gesture, but this gesture will let us let go of whatever we are going through. Give me a moment while I set up the stuff needed for it. Just give me a moment. Bear with me. And we are back. I hope you can see this. Give me a thumbs up if you can see. Can you see what, or tell me yes in the comments that you can see what I have placed over here? Are you able to see? Any response? Am I audible? Yes, yes. Okay, great, great. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Monisha. Thank you for letting me know. Now take a moment to settle down. Think of all that we learned. Okay. Now, yesterday we did a water mandala. Water mandala was a process by which we let go. It was, we brought out all our emotions, we confronted all our emotions, and we brought it out. We brought it to the surface. Now this, what are we going to do today, is an extension of yesterday's water mandala. Now I'd like to tell you that this is not the only way to connect to fire. As I told you, you can just switch on a light and you can connect to the energy of fire. You can light a candle and you can sit in the warmth and you can connect to the energy of fire. Like we did with other earth meditation, you can meditate upon what fire is, how it comes, and how you can feel it in you. There are multiple ways in which you can connect with fire. But today we are going to do something that is an extension of yesterday's mandala practice. Okay, so yesterday we drew water mandala. We saw all these emotions have come out. Now, what do we do with these emotions? What do we do with these emotions is what we are going to do now. You take the mandala and you start. This is what you do. All those emotions, all the negativity has come out. See everything that comes from your heart. See everything that comes to your mind as you do this. Let it all out and put it. And now we let fire take care of it. We are surrendering all those negativities, all that we went through, to fire. As you do this, Bring yourself in a space where you totally trust fire, where you believe in fire, and you tell it, what is it that you want? I release all my burdens to this flame. Okay? I burn my sorrows. I burn all the negativities in me, my wounds, my doubts, my pain, my old beliefs, my fears, whatever comes to your mind, whatever negative thought you want to let go of, whatever wounding you've been through, all the pain that you've been through, all the torture you've been through, we're going to burn it to dust. You have brought it out in the form of mandala, and now you're going to surrender it to fire so that fire can take it away and cleanse it. I'm no longer limited. Fire burns my old wounds to ashes. Say that symbolically to yourself. See to it that all the entire mandala is turned to ashes. As many times as you want, you light the fire till the time nothing remains but ashes. You just keep going on and on and on and on about it. I will be born from this old wounds. I'll be born from these old wash ashes. I'll be transformed. I will be a new person after this. I have no more regrets in my life. I'm purified. Fire is purifying me. I realize that fire has the energy to do miracles in my life. I'm free. I create a new life for myself. I'm going to live the life I want to live. With this, I'm letting go of the burdens. I'm no longer held back by it. I no longer am a servant, no longer am a slave to my past. I'm letting go of all of that. With these ashes, with the smoke, I'm releasing it to the universe. Come, universe, you take it all. You take it all and cleanse it. I'm giving it all to the universe. I'll rise from these ashes. I will be born free. And as you say this, feel all the burden that you were with come out of you. Feel all that sorrow which the mandala helped you express. Feel it go to ashes. Let go. Let go. Let the fires consume it. It is no longer with you. Let go. Let go and relax. Understand that you are no longer holding on to it. The grief has found a ventilation. The grief will now be released. The grief will now become ashes. Let go. Understand that you're free. Understand that you can transform. Understand that you, the I, can be the capital I. You can be anybody. How did it feel? Did you feel that? Did you feel that release in you? If you do this, I know right now you could just witness it, but I would like you, when you are on your own, to do this practice. It is very liberating. It's very empowering. You feel as if you have that strength within you to let go of the past. You don't need to depend on someone else. You don't need to seek external energy. You don't need anything else to let go of the past. There is no reason to hold on to it anymore. you can burn it and you can start afresh. There's no reason to hold on to the grudges. There's no reason to hold on to the pain. Somebody did something wrong to you, burn it away. You feel that you didn't get what you wanted, let go of it, burn it away. Let fire take it, let the cosmos take it. Only when you wipe it away will there be place for something new to come. And it's okay if you're feeling a little serious after this, because the mandala ritual and the fire ritual both together are meant to deal with all those troubling emotions. They're meant to help us face up to the reality of what is inside us. And what is inside us is the cosmos itself. So when will you face that? You will face that when all of this is wiped away, is gone. Once it is gone, what remains is the real you, the true you. Okay. Now with that in mind, with the seriousness in mind, we will let go of fire. Now, what happens is there is something that helps the fire energy connect to the universe above. The fire is connected to the sky. The earth realm gets connected to the sky realm through fire. But there's one supporter who's there with fire, who's helping fire reach the skies and let go. It helps us fly. It helps our imagination fly along with the flame, along with the smoke of fire. Now, what is that element? That element is the element of wind. Now, I may be a little bit partial, okay, but wind is my favorite element. Why? Why? Because wind has this intrinsic characteristic of being playful. It is joy itself. Now, that is the very nature of universe. That is the first thing that universe created. And let's look at what wind is. Okay. Wind is movement. That's a basic. Yesterday I told you, there are each of these have characteristics, and wind is associated with movement. It is constantly moving. It doesn't stay still. One second, let me share the screen. All right. I hope you can see the screen. So wind is movement. It constantly moves. It never sits still. It's moving. It is like a naughty child that cannot sit in one place. Wind goes from here and there, wherever there's space, wind goes and occupies. That is the nature of wind. And wind is freedom. Okay, it doesn't care about rules and regulations. It doesn't care about whether it is allowed for me to enter this place. It doesn't care about, is it okay for me to do this? No, wind doesn't bother. It is freedom. It will just go, it will barge in wherever it is. It is independence. Okay, this is what I want to do. This is what I'll do. That is what wind is. Wind is freedom. It is the ultimate birthright of yours to expand. Okay, that is what wind is. Wind is the absolute freedom within you. That is what it is. So you have let go of your burdens that were holding you down, that were clutching onto you. You've let go of it. And now with wind, you realize you're free. You can move. You have the ability to actually be free and happy. Okay, wind is the connection that carries all of these things. Like I told you, it carries the fire element, smoke. It carries what do I say? It carries all these seeds from flowers and it transports to different places. It helps us travel by flight. Wind helps in so many multiple ways. Wind helps us connect. The speech that I'm giving out, if wind element would not be there, it would not be reaching you. So wind is the connection that helps us connect to each other. Wind is the great connector. Wind is sound. Wind has a very characteristic of sound. You can hear by itself, maybe you will feel wind doesn't have, but whenever it touches something, you can hear sound. It touches leaves, it makes it sound. It touches, you switch on the fan, you hear a sound. It makes paper fly, you hear a sound. Wind creates sound. Wind is cooling, right? That is something which all of us know by instinct. There is a real nature of wind, which we all have experienced. The nice pure breeze, when there are so many people out there who offer wind bath as a way of healing. What happens? What do? You go to a windy place, say a mountain top, you stay, stand there, just experience the coolness, the breeze, and you feel as if you're healing by itself. Just like pouring water over you helps you heal, helps you cool. The feel of fresh breeze is equally liberating in a different way. Water calms you down. Wind makes you feel light. That is what wind does. Wind, as I told you, all elements have creativity. Wind also has creativity. It helps you create patterns. By very nature, when wind blows through anything in its wake, it leaves a pattern behind. That is the very nature of wind. It is creative. It is change. Wind doesn't stay in one place. It just keeps changing. There's this expression, wind of change. Some poet has said, she was like a wind of change. What is that? Wind of change is, wind is associated with change. If you need to change something, just tune into the wind element and automatically you will move, you will change. Wind is forever been associated with spirituality. How? Because wind in Rig Vedas or in many cultures, I think in Zoroastrianism, in lots of places where fire worship is there is also wind worship, which comes naturally along with it, because without wind, fire cannot travel upwards. What connects human beings to what was considered heaven, which as we know that there is no heaven on earth. We are everything, that is, we are consciousness. But for people who could only realize the physical realm, wind became a symbol of this connection. Wind became a source of this connection. So it is spiritually very, very important. Also in yoga and in lots of like Tai Chi, where exercise practices which are connected to spirituality, we have the use of wind again and again. You do pranayama, Tai Chi, you do all this wind movements, you do all of those things because you're connecting to your spiritual self using wind. And wind is associated with playfulness because all of this came, the first thing that universe created was wind. I told you that. And why? Because wind, the universe wanted, consciousness wanted to play. After space came. Okay. I'll have to withdraw my word. First thing was space that came, but space was just space. That was not actually the exploration that happened. After space, the first thing the tangible thing that came was wind, and it was playful. So playfulness is your very nature. You have the birthright to be happy. You have the birthright to be playful. It is not something which should be limited to children. It is not something that should be limited to certain age groups. Doesn't matter if you're 95 years old, you still have the right to be playful. That's why when we see people who are 95-year-old, they're merrily playing around, we feel happy because playfulness is everybody's birthright. The joy is something which we have in us, which is, we are supposed to be happy. That is, nobody is supposed, everything else is immaterial. This Leela, this is all play of the cosmos. So playfulness is something which we need to connect to let go of all the other nonsensical burdens which we take off. Everything else, all problems in life, if you take it with a pinch of playfulness, it becomes light. What are the big burdens we have? Okay, salary did not come this month. Okay, so what? I'll be playful, I'll be happy. You can take it playfully. You need not be like overburdened by it. You can take it like a child, let go. Some emotions are tougher. I understand everything is not so light. Let go and then recorrect to that playfulness. Because once you recorrect to that playfulness, that's it. What's stopping you? You are limitless. You're limitlessly happy. There's a word which is often repeated, Satchidananda. That is the true nature of the creation. Satchidananda, you have the right, the happiness, the joy is your very basic nature. Tune into it. Be playful, be wind. Now, wind playtime. As I told you, like all the other elements, there are multiple ways to connect to wind element also. You can do all the yogic exercises, which is very good. It helps you spiritually, it helps you mentally, it helps you emotionally. Yoga is wonderful, yes, but not all of us are able to do that. And yoga is also a little bit serious. You need not be serious. Yoga can be taken lightly. And when you do that, you're tuning into your true wind essence by being light about it. All right. Same thing with all the mindfulness practices. They speak when they in mandala, for example, we are all asked to breathe in, breathe out as we create mandalas. That helps us to concentrate, that helps us to be mindful, because wind has that characteristics to help us focus in one place. That is a serious nature of wind. But what are we doing here? We are doing emotional healing. And in emotional healing, we are not going to tune into that aspect. In emotional healing, we are going to tap into the playful aspect of wind. That is what we will be doing. How do we do that? Ideally, for this, I would ask you all to switch on your camera. I would really request you to switch on your camera if possible, but already so many people have spoken to my colleague and they have told her that, see, we are in office, see, we will be outside, see, we'll be having this and that, so we'll not be able to switch on the camera. So, okay, fine. I will let you go. I will do all the exercises by myself, no matter how silly it looks. All right. If you can switch on the camera, please. Awesome. Okay, at least one person. Monisha, thank you so much. All right. If you can switch on the camera, we can participate in this together and we can do this together. Nothing great, nothing very difficult, I'll be telling you. Okay, just simple, light stuff which will help us connect to wind. Okay, let's begin by centering ourselves. Okay, let's understand first the wind energy. Imagine or think of how your breath is coming in. Oxygen from outside is entering through your nose and it is entering inside, right? It is going into your body. Where is it coming from? It is coming from out there. Where out there? The vast expanse of space. Somewhere away, far away from there, this breath is coming inside me. With that breath, let all the goodness of atmosphere, all goodness of cosmos, all the goodness of the world around me come inside me. I'm giving it permission to enter and purify me. Oxygen, which is pure, which helps me live, along with it, all the good qualities of the world, good qualities for my survival, all the good emotions that I need, I'm letting it in with wind. And what am I doing as I exhale? As I exhale, I'm bringing out everything that has been holding me back. I'm letting go of it. It doesn't belong in me. It has no space in me. In me, there is only space for goodness. So I'll take all the goodness and all the burdens, all my problems in life, everything that has been pulling me down, all the anxiety, all the depression, all these horrible, horrible, horrible things that have been plaguing in my insides, that have been clawing on my insides, I'm letting it out because this huge universe can take it, and I'll surrender to universe all of it. And with that, we will begin our wind exercises. What will we do? Initially, we'll just move. Any kind of movement we can do, we'll do. It can be as simple as move your arms up, inhale, exhale as you let it up. Inhale, exhale. If your hands moving your arms, you can do this 5 times. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If this movement is difficult for you, I know people who don't even have the ability to move their arms. It is no problem. You can do any kind of movement. because we just need to connect to the movement. When you move your neck, then move your neck. Okay, even if that is difficult, can you move your, can you close your eyelids? Can you open your eyelids? Let's do that, because I have come across people who will be paralyzed from neck down. They will not be able to move anything. But that doesn't mean that they cannot tap into the wind. That doesn't mean that life cannot surge forward. That doesn't mean that life should stop. Regardless of what it is, we still have the power to move. Our brain is moving. As long as our brain is moving, we have the capacity to move. So just connect to that movement in some way. When you're depressed, you don't feel like moving. So just connect to movement in some kind of way possible. This is the simplest way, and it's very liberating. When you do this, you feel you're hugging the universe. You feel, I'm embraced by everything. Can you feel that? That's joy. And who's to stop you? You are playful. If you're playful, then don't bother about what is around you, who's around you. You're not committing a crime. You're just being you. You're just having a little fun. You're breathing. You're having fun with your breathing. That's okay. All right. And then you start experimenting with another kind of thing which wind has, which is sound. You start making sounds. Have you noticed? Wind makes all these sounds, and it's very fun, to make sounds. What sounds? No definition. Whatever sound you feel like. Yeah, aloud. Aloud. Do it. Who's stopping you? You're not committing a crime. You're just having some fun, innocent fun. This is the purest form of fun. You're just playing with wind in you. And can you feel the joy? You feel that joy immediately. Just do it along with me. Come on, try everybody. Any kind of sound. Okay, let's do it. That kind of all these grown-up things that come and clog us. That sound takes care of it all. With that sound, it's just gone. It goes out. Did you hear the sound that I made? It's just a sound that if you make the right sounds, it comes out. Sometimes you need that for letting go. You don't have words for what you're going through, but you have that frustration which feels, it's just clogging up all parts of you as sound. Connect to the rhythm of life. Okay, feel the rhythm of life in you by connecting to any kind of sound. Make sounds. And sounds need not be just this breath related sound. Any kind of sound you make, it's fine. Just connect to that. It's all wind energy and it all helps you. All right. Now, another characteristic of wind is that it's cool. I told you about that. It is cooling. How do we experience that? Again, through playfulness. How do we experience that? Rub your palms together. Okay, do it with me. Rub your palms together. Feel it hot. Feel it getting hot. Hot, 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 hot. Blow onto your palms. How cool is that? How wonderful is that? It's so soothing, right? We don't notice it. That's all. It's always been there with us. We just don't notice it. That's all. And it's not just palm. You can know it's your body. It's your breath. You can do. You can do it anytime. You can do it anywhere whenever you feel frustrated. And okay, I know it can be silly in front of a group of people. You can go to the bathroom and do this. No problem. You can just connect to that little bit of cheery, peaceful, playful self of yours at any time. It is available to you. Okay? And then what happens? It makes you happy. It does make you happy, right? It gives that a little high, which high does not come from any of the greater things which give high in life. This is something very personal, this kind of high. This is a joy which you can connect to at a very, very, very basic level. This is a kind of joy, which is the joy which is supplied to you by your birthright. This is a joy which is within you, which you can easily tap into at any moment you want. So become playful. Why do we need to bother? Have you seen kids? Do they bother? I'm not talking about this gadget age kid, okay? I'm talking about really small kids. They don't care. They're like anywhere they go, they'll be doing all kinds of things and they'll be connecting to the wind energy because that is our real true nature. And that child is still there in us. That child still wants to play. Somewhere we did not allow it to be playful anymore. Somewhere we told it, no, that is there in your childhood. Now you need to stop. Or if you have to be playful, only certain kinds of games are allowed. Only these adult grown-up games are allowed. You're not allowed to play like a child anymore, we told ourselves. So what happens with that? All the adult burdens also start coming in. So once in a while, let go. Once in a while, become a child. Once in a while, be wind. Okay? You're free from all your problems. All of this negativity is now released. And now you're ready to let the divine in. You're ready to make space for what you are truly inside. All right. So that is basically how one of the ways by which you can connect to wind. I'll run you through this entire cycle once again so that you can keep it in mind. I'm not saying that you need to do everything the way I told you. It's as I told you, it's very flexible. You need not follow this as a pattern, but sometimes it's easier to follow a pattern than to think up new ones. In that case, you can just go to this and you can follow this. All right. So what do? You first begin by understanding the wind. You try to think of what wind means. And then you try to see the connection between yourself and the wind outside, the air outside. You try to see how that wind is coming inside you and how it is going outside. You connect to that. Once you have connected to your breath, you will start thinking of all the goodness in the world you want inside you. You start believing, you start trusting that all of that is coming inside you. And as you breathe out, you start believing, you start trusting that all of the horrible things that are locked up inside you are going away. You're giving it to the universe, and there's nothing that is impossible in the universe. It can take care of your burdens and it can leave you free. Once you're done with that, you feel a little relaxed having done that. You start moving, any kind of moving, but try to coordinate it with your breath. Inhale and exhale as you do it. Connect it to your inhalation and exhalation. Once you do that, you start feeling a bit of energy in you. You start feeling that, yes, I can move. Yes, I can do things. Once you start doing that, then you connect to sound. Start making any kind of sound you feel okay about. It'll be best if you can do this outdoors. That'll be ideal. But this kind of course that I have planned over here is for people to do it anywhere, anytime. It is not just for people who can go to costly retreats and do. It is for anyone sitting anywhere. They should be able to do. That was the intention behind this course. So that is why you can create sounds sitting anywhere. Whatever kind of sound is permissible in that place, you make that and connect to your wind element. Once that is done, you try to connect to the coolness. It's one wonderful way. Can you feel how wonderful it is? It's so liberating. It's so cooling. It feels like as if all the heat that is caught up in your body is going away. Now this cooling, another way you can use it is, say if you feel pain, okay, somewhere like you feel pain in your chest when you are very, very, very sad, or you feel headache, any kind of headache because you've been tensed for so long. Because of tension, you feel this headache caught up in you. You find some place and then you sit and feel wind going to that place. Imagine the coolness of wind reaching that place, and do that for a long time. As you breathe in, take in the goodness and feel the inside breath going to that place wherever it is that you feel the pain, and making the heat over there cool. Imagine that wind is cooling it. And as you keep doing that, you feel the pain has reduced, especially this emotion related pain. Okay, that gets reduced a lot once you do this kind of an exercise. And then you start noticing how happy you are now, because that is what you were aiming at. And this has helped you become that truly, truly happy, happy self, that truly, truly childlike self. That is your true nature, the essence of you. And then you can feel free, ready to connect to universal energy, ready to face life. No matter what comes, let it come. I am wind. I will face it. I will go ahead. I have no issues. I can deal it lightly. I can move through it. I will feel energized by fire and I'll feel ready to face it with wind. Okay. And with that, I think we come to end of this particular session wind. What we will do is we'll take it to the next level tomorrow. We'll speak about space. And also tomorrow I'll be speaking about, for some of you have inquired whether there are other methods by which we can go about it. I'd like to tell you that this 3-day boot camp, I cannot cover everything. So tomorrow I'll be telling you about my next program. So if you're interested, you can join in. All right. But don't miss it. Even if you're not interested in the next program, don't miss the space part of it, because that is the true aha that I want you to connect to. Now we'll stop here. I'll stop sharing the screen and I'd like you to ask any questions you have, or if you would like to express your feelings, what went through, the joy you felt, or if you have any feedback, if you have any ways by which you would like me to, any things that you'd like me to incorporate, or if you'd like to generally connect with us, please let me know. This is the time where you can do it. This time is yours. Anybody? There's always the starting row. I told you right now that you are Cosmos. You have the power to go ahead, surge ahead. Now I'm not going to push you to come out. Now the coming out has to come from you because you are wind. Come on, go ahead. Take the space. Go ahead. Come on, surge ahead. Come out. All right, you can do it. I'm not going to push you. Find that energy in you to do it. Monisha, I like the joy in your face during the wind energy teaching. Thank you, Monisha. And the same, and I'm no different from you. All right. If I am able to be so joyful, you are able to be so joyful, because I am just a reflection of you. That is all that I am. We are all just the same. If I can find that joy, if I can connect to that joy, you can too at any moment. It seems like nobody has. Thank you, Monisha. Thank you so much. Guys, come on. Nobody has anything to say? All right. So should we wind up? I leave this half an hour. I have left it right now so that you people can come out and, really, really deal with whatever issues you have. You can come out and tell. No? Okay. In that case, okay, let me ask you something. How many of you will be coming tomorrow? Please make it a point to come tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last session. So if you can join, please do join. Try not to be late, because tomorrow is Friday, and hopefully you will be relaxed. You'll be in that weekend mode. So try to come in. Try to leave with the feeling of that vast space in you. So please do come in. Let me recap whatever we spoke. Okay. We spoke that you have the power to heal within you. We saw how you are the very cosmos itself. You're the very consciousness itself. You can call it multiple things. Okay. You call it God, you call it your higher self, you call it your inner being, you call it your universal energy, you call it cosmos, whatever you want, you can call. But it is that underlying awareness that I'm talking about, that underlying thing, the source of creation, that is what you truly are in your essence. And once you tap into that, you have the power to heal within you. You can burn away your problems and you can let go because you have the fire in you. We spoke about that. Everything is play. It's just fun. All these burdens, all that you go through, all the hesitation to come and talk. What is the big deal? Speak. It is all fun. It is just play. Okay. So let go, let it be. Everything is play. And another thing which I'd like, somebody said, share something. I became enthusiastic, waiting for tomorrow eagerly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It would be much appreciated if you could come on camera and speak next time. I'd like to see you all. That gives me more energy. But it's okay. I am energized by myself. I don't need external energy, but it's nice. It's nice sometimes to have energy from outside too. All right. Seriously, ask doubts. Please ask help. Please participate in the group. Okay, please respond. It's nice. It's not just me, it's a whole team that is working behind this to make your experience good. It's a whole family of people who have come together to see to it that you are supported in your healing journey. So if you interact in the group, if you participate in the group, the family grows strong. You're part of a community now. You're part of a community that can empower each other through this support. Whenever anybody feels lonely, we can reach out to each other, support each other. If Monisha is feeling sad, Monisha can express that and Rajesh can come out and help. If both of them are feeling sad, they can just come out and crib. All of that is possible because we are now part of one community. But how does that community grow? With interaction. Unless you do not participate, unless you do not put your thoughts in, you just see a message and you do not respond, what happens? It ends there. If you start responding, what happens? You build a lot of positivity around you. You have a place to go to, a safe place to go to, which will be your external support system. So participate in the group and make it yours. Make it your community. Okay? This is because even if this boot camp ends, this group will continue. This group is there with you to support you throughout your life unless you decide not to be part of this group. Till then, this group is there with you. So if this group is there with you, make as much use of it as you can and give as much as you can to this group. All right. I would like to end now. Tomorrow. Thank you, Navneeta. Thank you so much. Monisha, I love. Thank you for appreciating me. Everybody likes to be appreciated, so it's nice. And the energy comes from you all too. Thank you, Monisha. Thank you, Rajesh. Thank you, everybody, for coming here today. Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you, Navneeta. Thank you, each individual person, Mohandas, Simi, and my entire What I Learned Today team. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. Gogia, I don't know who is Gogia Advocate, but thank you for being here. Thank you, everyone. Let's meet tomorrow. Let's discuss space. Please come with all your questions that you have. I'll give you time like this. So today, maybe you don't have, maybe I put you in a playful mood. That is great. I'll take it as a compliment and I'll be happy. Or maybe you're still disturbed by all the emotional releasing that happened, which is also fine. Or maybe you don't have questions right now. Your mind is just blank. That is also fine. Tomorrow, come. Think of ways in which you can improve this community. Okay? With that, namaste. Thank you for joining. Bye-bye.